I want to talk a little bit about, excuse me, as above, so below, and the process of um, understanding you are a creator and the law of attraction, how that works, and how everything is a balance in the universe. And one of the ways this happens, I mean, when I say balance, it's a balance within two. You can go from extreme love to extreme hate um, within yourself. And what is that process of meeting your shadow? And what does that have to do with kind of cycles of as above, so below? And talk about cycles ending. Um, also talk about trusting the process of what it takes to rise above. Um, so the way I look at it is we all kind of start out with these processes, and I don't know if it happens as you're an angel and you become other things long later and later in life, like or later in the lives that you lead. You begin to change, and what that means to have something that resembles acceptance for who you are, uh, and who your shadow is, and how you integrate that, so above, as above, so below. So the way I think about it is that we all kind of fall from a point, from a high point, and that high point is before we kind of meet our our shadow. And your shadow could be, I don't want to say could be, your shadow, it depends on who you naturally see yourself as and who you perceive yourself to be. Your shadow is pretty much the opposite of that. And what does it mean to really look those two things in the mirror as yourself? Um, so I think that I went through my own. Mom, really? Excuse me. What? I'm putting you on this computer.
That's going on viral.
That's going on YouTube. Ain't nobody gonna see your face. Don't ever show your face. Gonna be like, that's that woman who perked. No, I don't have very many people on my channel. Um, what it means, excuse me, because I've met my shadow, and and I try to differentiate if that was the dark or the light part of me, um, because I could be someone who is very lambastic, someone who is very narcissistic, and I think those things come from um, a real place inside of me. And I think that I can also be very loving, and I have my own interpretations of love that may not be the interpretations of anyone else, actually. I'm not really sure how other people view love. It's one of the hardest things, I think, for me to understand. And I ask it because I wonder what is the solution. Um, and I've always thought that God was the solution. You know, when we're talking about social justice and all these things, and even the process of as above, so below, and all these things, I always thought maybe I've chosen a side that doesn't really understand what what God truly is. But this process of as above, so below, what does it what does it truly mean to even have a solution? What problems are you needing a solution to? Because we exist in a certain way for a reason, and we're made in a certain way for a reason. And there are particular processes that I think that we all go through. Um, in the balance of the universe, when we talk about as above, so below. Um, this is a ramble. I think the majority of my videos are going to be a ramble. If you don't know me, next time I'll introduce myself at the beginning. Uh, for the purposes of this channel, my name is Loisy, and yeah. So lost my train of thought. So as above, so below, the law of attraction. Um, I don't really have anything else to say about that. I think that when you are vibrating at a low place, the potential to reach your vortex is that much higher. The potential to not get there from where you are is vibrating low, but the potential to set up your vortex and to not live in it, but understand how a lot of times you're not far from exactly what it is that you say. You're not far from manifesting exactly what it is that you think and exactly what it is that you truly believe. And that nothing is kind of in your way. Everything is a process. And I don't want to say that you have no enemies, because success sometimes comes along with enemies. And sometimes it doesn't. You know, I got a little sleep in my eye. My bad. I just woke up. I'm doing my meditation in the morning in my pajama shirt, so let that go. Um, yeah. I keep forgetting my thought. Uh, that's okay. Um, it's a good thing to talk about these things online, and because I don't hear them talked about very much, but maybe not in the way that I'm talking about them. So, and maybe that's my purpose, to talk about them in the way that I'm talking about them. I don't know. Um, it has to be, because I'm gonna do it. And emotions are so real. They're so powerful.